The Titanic, every hour before the ship sank. Part 1. Setting sail and the calm before the storm. Boring history for sleep style. Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're not chasing heroes or villains. We're simply stepping aboard a ship that, for a few quiet days in April 1912, drifted across the Atlantic carrying thousands of ordinary lives. So, settle into a comfortable position, let your breathing slow, imagine the cool sea air, the steady vibration beneath your feet, and the endless rhythm of waves stretching into darkness. This is the story of the Titanic, 1 hour at a time. It is the morning of April 10th, 1912. In the English port city of Southampton, the docks are already awake. Workers push carts loaded with crates of vegetables, sacks of flour, barrels of meat, and baskets filled with fresh fruit. Horses pull heavy wagons over damp cobblestones. Steam whistles echo through the harbor. At the end of the dock stands the largest passenger ship the world has ever seen. RMS Titanic. She is over 882 feet long, taller than many buildings of her time, and weighs more than 46,000 tons. 4 enormous funnels rise into the cloudy morning sky. 3 carry smoke from the boilers. The 4th is mostly decorative, helping the ship appear even more powerful and balanced. From a distance, the ship seems almost like a floating city. Hundreds of passengers arrive throughout the morning. Some carry elegant leather suitcases. Others hold worn wooden trunks tied together with rope. Every passenger brings a different story. A businessman traveling to New York. A young couple beginning a new life. Children excited by the adventure. Workers hoping to find better jobs across the Atlantic. Some have saved for years just to buy a third-class ticket. Others think little of paying for the most luxurious cabins ever built. None of them knows what history will remember. For them, today is simply the beginning of another journey. Far below the passenger decks, another world exists. Inside the boiler rooms, dozens of stokers prepare for departure. Coal dust covers their clothes before the voyage even begins. Each man works beside giant boilers that will keep the engines moving day and night. The work is exhausting. Shovels scrape across mountains of black coal. The heat is intense. The air smells of smoke, oil, and hot metal. Most passengers will never see these rooms. Yet, without these workers, the great ship would never leave the harbor. Above them, first-class passengers explore luxurious hallways. Soft carpets silence every footstep. Golden lamps glow gently along polished wooden walls. The famous grand staircase stretches upward beneath an elegant glass dome. Large clocks decorate the landings. Fresh flowers fill crystal vases. Every detail has been carefully designed to impress. It feels more like an expensive hotel than a ship crossing one of the world's largest oceans. Meanwhile, third-class passengers begin finding their cabins. The rooms are simple: wooden bunk beds, white-painted walls, small wash basins. Nothing luxurious. But compared to many ships of the time, these cabins are surprisingly comfortable and clean. Children laugh as they choose the top bunks. Parents unpack blankets and clothing. Some quietly wonder what life in America will be like. Will they find work? Will they succeed? Only time will answer. Shortly before noon, the massive ropes holding Titanic to the dock are released. Powerful tugboats assist as the great ship slowly begins moving away from Southampton. Thousands of people gather to watch. Some wave hats. Others wave handkerchiefs. Families call out final goodbyes. Steam rises into the cool air. The voyage has officially begun. The engines turn slowly, almost too slowly to notice. Yet every minute Titanic moves farther from England. Ahead lies nearly 3,000 miles of open Atlantic Ocean. Not long after departure, something unexpected happens. As Titanic passes another large ship called New York, the enormous movement of water created by Titanic pulls the smaller vessel toward her. For a few tense minutes, it appears the two ships might collide. Crew members react quickly. Tugboats assist. The danger passes. Passengers soon relax again. Many hardly realize how close the ships came. History quietly continues. By evening, Titanic reaches the English Channel. Dinner is served in first class, meals arrive on fine china. Several courses, fresh fish, roasted meats, vegetables, elegant desserts, soft conversations fill the dining room. Silverware gently touches porcelain plates. Everything feels calm. Everything feels ordinary. Far below, crew members continue feeding coal into hungry boilers. The engines never sleep. Neither do many of the workers. Every hour, more coal disappears into roaring furnaces. Every hour, the ship moves steadily westward. Outside, darkness slowly covers the Atlantic. Stars begin appearing one by one. The sea is unusually calm, almost perfectly smooth. There is the Titanic, every hour before the ship sank. Part 2. Life on board before the iceberg. Boring history for sleep style. Good evening once again. The first day of the voyage has quietly slipped into memory. Titanic is now leaving the busy waters around Britain behind. Ahead lies only the vast Atlantic Ocean. There are no cities to pass, no villages on the horizon, only water and sky. The engines continue their steady rhythm. Deep below the decks, they beat like the slow heartbeat of a giant, sleeping creature. Most passengers hardly notice the sound anymore. Instead, it becomes part of the background of daily life. It is now Thursday, April 11th, 1912. The morning begins gently. Sunlight spreads across the calm sea. Crew members are already at work before many passengers wake. Stewards quietly polish brass railings until they shine. Housekeepers straighten blankets and replace towels. Cooks prepare breakfast for more than 2,000 people. It is a carefully organized routine. Every worker knows exactly where to be. In first class, breakfast is served at a relaxed pace. Fresh eggs, toast with butter, porridge, fruit, coffee and tea. Some passengers order smoked fish or kidneys, dishes that were common in Britain at the time. There is no rush. Many guests read newspapers that had been brought aboard before departure. Others chat with fellow travelers about business, holidays, or their plans in America. Far below, breakfast in third class is much simpler. Bread, porridge, tea, sometimes cheese, sometimes jam. For many immigrants, however, this food is still better than what they were used to at home. The atmosphere is cheerful. Children laugh. Parents smile. The future seems full of promise. Around mid-morning, passengers begin exploring the ship. Some stroll along the wide promenade deck. The cold Atlantic breeze brushes against heavy coats and hats. People stop at the railings to watch the endless ocean. It is a strange feeling. No land, no trees, no buildings, only an unbroken blue horizon. Inside the ship, the grand staircase remains one of the most admired places. Its polished oak walls glow under soft electric lights. The elegant clock above the landing quietly marks each passing minute. People pause to admire the craftsmanship. Some ask photographers to capture their portraits. Others simply sit nearby and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere. Meanwhile, the wireless operators continue their work. Their room is small but busy. Messages arrive throughout the day. Some are official reports from other ships. Many are private telegrams sent by wealthy passengers to friends and family. Imagine receiving a message in 1912 while someone you know is already in the middle of the Atlantic. It feels almost magical. The wireless room rarely stays quiet for long. As the afternoon arrives, the sea remains remarkably calm. Several passengers play deck games. Others wrap themselves in blankets while reading books. Some simply sit in wooden chairs and watch the waves. Hours pass without anything dramatic happening. That is exactly how most ocean voyages were. Quiet, predictable, almost peaceful enough to make time itself feel slower. Deep below, the engineers inspect the engines. Everything appears normal. The pistons move with perfect precision. Oil is checked. Pressure gauges are monitored. Nothing seems unusual. The ship performs exactly as her builders intended. As evening approaches, dinner preparations begin once again. In first class, chefs prepare elegant meals that require hours of work. Fresh bread comes out of the ovens. Soups simmer quietly. Roasted meats fill the kitchens with warm aromas. Dozens of cooks, bakers, and assistants work together like the gears inside a fine watch. Few passengers ever think about the enormous effort required to serve thousands of meals every day. In third class, music begins after dinner. A violin appears. Someone starts singing. Soon, families from Ireland, Scandinavia, England, and Eastern Europe share songs from home. Different languages fill the room, different traditions, yet everyone is traveling toward the same destination, America. Outside, night falls once more. The temperature drops. The stars return. Without clouds, the sky seems almost endless. Passengers standing on deck notice how incredibly quiet the ocean has become. Only the distant splash of water against the hull breaks the silence. Some stay outside for only a few minutes before returning to the warmth inside. Others remain longer, gazing upward. No airplanes cross the sky. No satellites blink overhead. Only stars, just as sailors had seen them for thousands of years. As midnight approaches, most passengers are asleep. The lights inside many cabins have been switched off. Crew members continue their shifts. Coal continues to disappear into the furnaces. The engines never stop. Hour after hour. Mile after mile. Titanic presses steadily westward across the Atlantic. Everything still feels ordinary. Everything steep